Hello, good evening and welcome to the third Buds and Spawn live stream show. Thank you for spending your evening with us tonight. If you're new to Buds and Spawn, we started off promoting live gigs in Sheffield in 2019 and we're lucky enough to get some lovely funding from the Arts Council to put onto gigs in 2020. As you can imagine, that hasn't happened, so we've gone online. So great that you could join us. This evening, we have got a 9-piece art punk marching band, perhaps Contraption. We've got music from Sheffield's premier party Aliens, the Captain Avery and the Cosmic Triceratops of Intergalactic Peace. Did it first time. Excellent. So we'll have interviews with our artists and chance for you to ask your questions. We've also got special guest Sophie Cooper, who promotes Tor Fest in Todmorden. There's loads of ways for you to get involved. You can get involved on the chat on YouTube. Aitch is there to answer your, to get your questions and feed them into us on here. And also, if you look under the video itself, there's loads of details about how you can find out more about the bands we've got on tonight, how you can buy their music. We've also got little tip jars set up because obviously you can't take the band to the bar and buy them a drink to say thank you tonight, but you can buy them a virtual drink by popping a couple of quid into their tip jar. So that's also in the links underneath the video. So we're going to introduce ourselves by the power of the magic microphone. I shall start. Hello, my name is Laura. I'm founder of Buds and Spawn.
Thank you very much, Laura. I'm Sophie, and I organise a festival called Tor Festival.
And I'm Aitch from Buds and Spawn.
Hello, I'm Christo from perhaps Contraption.
Hi, I'm Celestial Broc from the Cosmic Triceratops.
Hello, I'm Jin and I play in perhaps Contraption.
Hi, I'm Steph and I'm also in perhaps Contraption.
Hello, I'm Captain Jack Avery of the Cosmic Triceratops.
We'll see if we can get it all the way back up here. Hey, thank you very much, everybody. So first up, we're going to have some stuff from the Cosmic Triceratops. They've described their music as tropical funk, cosmic Afrobeat and party scrunk. Yes, well, we invited them to record a set for us at Theatre Delhi last October. We're going to watch their film, but before that, Aitch is going to have a chat with Celestial, Broc and Captain Jack. Just a reminder to put any questions for the band or feedback or thoughts into the chat and we'll pick them up after we've watched the film. So over to Aitch. If everybody else on the call could switch off their videos and mics, that would be great. Thank you.
Evening, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you? How are you?
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
I'll be in charge of the mic then if you've got that.
Yeah. Got to talk into the cardboard mic. So I'm going to ask you some questions broadly about Cosmic Triceratops. I'm not going to try and say the whole name. So according to legend, you formed in a dive bar on a newborn sun in the Tarantula Helix Nebula many thousands of Earth years ago. Just to note, you're looking very good on it, thousands of years old. Who was there and what part do they play in the band?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Well, as I remember it, and it was an awfully long time ago, it was me and VoidLord, the drummer, and we were drunk, we were fighting, and then Celestial Broccoli stepped in, pulled us apart, and then suggested we formed a band. And that's how it began in my...
No, I think you've misremembered because I wasn't there then.
Okay.
No, you picked me up on when you were orbiting. I was orbiting Pluto, and you picked me up when you came into this solar system.
Yeah, okay. And we had vortex anemometer as well.
So I think the fight was after that, but yeah.
It was all just a dream. I was meditating. I don't really know what happened.
Or maybe too many Pangalactic gargle blasters.
It was a joyous occasion, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to play music with them all.
But since then, we've just hoovered up extra band members, haven't we?
Yeah.
During all this.
Absolutely. Over 1,000 years, we've gone through probably 3,000 band members. So
That's pretty
got a big
impressive.
crew these days, scattered around the cosmos.
So apparently capsules of your recordings have been found in multiple places in multiple time zones, and they have spawned many genres on our planet. I just wanted to know which bands in particular have you influenced?
This is an old press release. So quite a few. So there's a band called Mango Rescue Team, and that they came about because I whispered into the band main singer Alex's ear one night. I was tropical music. So we had an influence over their formation. And then, things, I think Broccoli invented disco. Is that right? Broccoli in New York in 1970?
Yeah, it was ages ago. I just kind of planted it across the planet, just like seeded areas of the planet with some disco. And then it just kind of evolved from there. But I think we've probably influenced all music.
All music ever.
Yeah.
So that's quite an achievement.
Noises. Whale song, that we invented whale song.
Definitely.
That's old news on our planet.
So we recorded 3 songs at Studio Delhi between the lockdowns. The 4th track wasn't on the EP, wasn't recorded at the time, but I want to know, and it's called Dinosaurs on the Moon. I wondered which dinosaurs were on the moon.
Oh, Broccoli, do you remember which ones?
Yeah, we definitely saw an Archaeopteryx, so we saw the beginnings of the end of the dinosaurs, and we saw other dinosaurs. So we saw Velociraptor, definitely, I remember that. But I think there was definitely a Triceratops, and I made a little tribute to it here.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to take a look.
Dinosaurs. It's full of dinosaurs, Aitch. Don't believe anything that the astronauts tell you.
Every type of dinosaur.
They were hiding when he was there, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a look at the videos that were made in October right now.
Cosmic, roll 1, take 1. Amalaleo, 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 amalaleo.
We are earthlings of infinite love. 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 We are earthlings of infinite love.
Well, I'm falling backwards through space and time. When I'm leaving on my when I'm all in love with on another timeline. With my earthlings I will take Bam-a-la-la-la-leo, Bam-a-la-la-la-leo, Well, I'm falling forward through space and time. When I'm leaving on my when I'm all in love with another timeline. With my earthlings I will take Bam-la-la-la-leo. Bam-la-la-la-leo.
Cosmic, roll 2, take 1.
Okay, ready? Straight in with you, remember?
Space is tropical.
Space is tropical! Space is tropical! Cosmic papaya lady on a dinosaur. Cosmic papaya lady on the moon. In the palm tree it's all a minotaur. Like she's a tropical atomic moon. Space is tropical! Woo! Space is tropical! Coconut selector is a light ship man. Cosmic papaya lady on the moon. Tropical, the moonbeam faces set to stone. Banana comet after all. Space is tropical. Woo! It's psychedelic. Space is everywhere. Woo! It's all around us, baby. They're in my brain, they need identity, standing all their energy, the low, low, low. Well, the cosmic waves, they are in my face, thinking about another way, whoa, low, low, whoa, low, 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 low. Ay, 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 ay. Whoa, low, 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 low. Space is dropping down. psychedelic. Space is everywhere. It's all around us, baby. The cosmic waves, they're in my brain, saving all our energies, the dances, all our energies, a lulu. Well, the cosmic waves, they're in this place, thinking about another way, a lulu, oh, lulu, lulu. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, lulu, lulu. Space is dropping out. Space is dropping out. Because space is dropping down. Woo! It's psychedelic. Space is everywhere. Space all around us, baby. La, 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 la. Woo! Space.
I think we're on. What are we on? Song 3. Take.
She attacks the camera people.
There are many cephalopods in space. This is a story about one of them. From Andromeda, coming in from outer space. Oh yeah, we're living and a living and a living. Woo! Dancing like cosmic shake. Coming from a solar system, sensing the Milky Way. Oh yeah, we're living and a living and a living. Woo! Dancing galactic state. We're gonna take you to the space station, space station. Space
himself.
Thank you so much, guys. That was awesome. We really enjoyed making that film, and it's so lovely to finally share it with the world. It feels like so long ago that we made it. Christo, have you got anything, any comments, any questions?
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible. Congratulations. Great show. I was just wondering if on your intergalactic travels you'd bumped into Sun Ra and his orchestra at all.
Orchestra. We've met Sun a few. That's a good question. We've met Sun a few times, and he sends his regards to planet Earth. And he was actually, you know, we kind of joined forces on a tour. It's like 500, 600 years ago, and it was beautiful, beautiful, chaotic, and wonderful. He's an incredible Earthling. So,
good to know.
Marvelous. Sophie, did you have a comment?
Yeah, great stuff. It strikes me that you're a band of bold claims. You say you've invented music, you know, very bold. And you also state that space is tropical.
Yeah, when you get far enough in there, not the surrounding areas, they're a bit cold, but further in, it's quite nice.
Which is fair enough, but what proof have you got?
What proof we got? Well, we got the song is basically, that's going to have to stand as proof until I'll tell you what, Sophie, we'll take you to the good part of space after the show.
Oh, nice one. Yeah,
after lockdown, we can't do it now. That wouldn't be fair. What we'll do is we'll pick you up in our spaceship and we'll take you to the beach in space, okay?
Brilliant. Outside
with your own eyes.
Field. Lovely.
And Jack's tan.
And Steph, you've got something you'd like to add in?
Yeah, really love that. But I would like to know, to the exact number, how many sequins went into that whole video?
Broccoli, do you know that?
It must be in the at least, well, millions probably.
Millions, yeah.
So no exact figure, just millions.
Well, they reproduce, you see. These are space sequins, so that while we're not looking, there's more of them. This is all we have to wear, is we can't stop them from breeding.
We have one of those weighing machines, you know how they count money in banks? We do that with sequins, but it's out of order at the moment, so we'll get
We had an entire tour where we were paid in sequins. This is the problem. We're just trying to find use for them. We don't really like them, but you know, what can you do?
Brilliant. Aitch, have we got any questions to add in from the chat?
Yes, Mr. Tim Holmes would like to know, what does amalamalamalamalamaleho mean?
It means howdy.
And Jay Lima says, what can we expect from your new EP, Apocalypso Now?
Broccoli, what do you think? Do you want to answer that one? You've heard it.
What can you expect from it? Well, there's an extra song on there, Dinosaurs on the Moon, so you can learn about all of the dinosaurs on the moon, so you can kind of explore further what Aitch already asked, but yeah.
Somebody Belch 1889 thought that was very King Crimson and the Coconuts, which I thought was quite clever. And also, why do aliens have a northern accent?
That's a profound compliment. That's a good question.
We've learned our language from Nether Edge, basically.
Sheffield, yeah, from Meersbrook. We were very lucky because we crash landed completely randomly in Sheffield, and it just happens to be the center of the universe for cosmic and tropical music.
So this isn't our native tongue. We're learning from our surroundings.
Yeah, osmosis is the answer to that, I think.
Oh, brilliant! Thanks, guys.
Aliens communicate telepathically. Usually, we don't even bother with sound in space. This is all just, you know, for planet Earth.
Just for our benefit, basically.
Well, yeah, benefit maybe.
Brilliant, thank you. So if you enjoyed that, you can find out how to get some more of the Cosmic Triceratops music in the links underneath the video. Do you have merch? Are you a merch
Yeah,
brand?
we've got loads of merch, including dinosaurs on the moon.
Full of t-shirts.
Is that all on your Bandcamp? Can people get that on your Bandcamp? Great.
Probably.
That link's below. And if you wanted to buy them a drink, stick them a couple of quid in the tip jar as well. That'd be lovely.
Love drinks.
So now we're going to go. I'm going to have a chat with our special guest, Sophie Cooper. She's a trombonist, a composer, and promotes the Psychedelic Experimental Weekender Tor Fest in Todmorden. So if everybody else could switch off their cameras, that would be awesome. Thank you. Last one. Brilliant.
Hi.
Hi, Sophie. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Now we're going. So first of all, I invited you here to talk about Tor Fest, which is the weekend that happens at the Golden Lion, or at least most recently it's happened at the Golden Lion in Todmorden. But before we do that, I'd be quite interested just to talk a little bit about you. And as I said, you're a trombone player, which was a brilliant bit of synchronicity when we arranged this, given the amount of brass instruments that we've got on the call tonight. Is trombone, is that your first love, your first instrument, or is that something that you had to play at school and then have learned to love as you got older?
Well, we met each other very weirdly, me and Tammy. That's the trombone. She's over there. Bless her.
Hi, Tammy.
I was brought up in Stoke-on-Trent, and the council came round with instruments to the school when I was about 11. And being the obnoxious music head I was at the time, I was just like, I want one of them. And then I've just been playing it ever since, really. But yeah, it's a fantastic instrument. I guess in recent years, I've really got to really enjoy the fact that you don't have to play fixed notes. It's got a slide, and you can do whatever you want with it, and that really appeals to me as a sort of a sonic artist.
Yeah, so your solo work is quite experimental, like you play around with sound quite a lot. Tell us a little bit more about your own composition stuff.
I suppose I'm quite interested in songwriting is probably at the core of it, but I'm quite interested in representing songs in a really abstract way. I guess that's the best way of putting it. So that could be anything between 3 minutes long, a little pop song, which sounds a bit weird and doesn't have the same kind of structure that you'd normally find in a normal pop song, to sort of expansive pieces, which are a bit longer and involve a lot more speakers and things like this. I'm quite interested in spatialization of sound. And you
get a rather lovely accolade last year, didn't you? With your composition work. So you got nominated for an Ivor Novello award for your sound art piece. I did. Amazing.
I couldn't believe it, Laura. Yeah, I did a piece for HCMF, Huddersfield Contemporary Music Festival, at the end of 2019. My piece intact, and then I popped it in for an Ivor Novello because you have to pay to enter these things.
Right, okay.
And I popped it, and I thought, well, you never know who's going to see that, and I might get some more gigs. That was literally the only reason I did it. And then I got nominated. I couldn't believe it. So I'm really proud of that. And my dad was really happy for me as well. So that meant a lot. Lockdown, pandemic times, me and my dad really bonded over that. So that was probably the best thing that came of it.
Well, if anybody wants to listen to some of your stuff, your Bandcamp link is also in the description below. So, and I think what's the piece that you won the award for? Remind me.
It's called Intact. I didn't win the award. I nominated.
Oh, sorry, you got the
just to be very clear.
Yeah. Well, we could still say Ivor Novello. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Tor Fest. So that I've described it as an experimental psychedelic weekender. How do you talk about it? Who do you have? What sort of things happen there?
Yeah, I'd go with what you just said. Absolutely. Yeah. It's taken on many different forms over the years. We've done 6 annual events now, but it's also a year-long program that me and my partner Jake run. So we call it tour bookings. So gigs. Quite often we have weekend
Sunday afternoon shows in our space called Tor Beers. Can you see where this is going? Oh, very good. Bit of branding there. But yeah, experimental's definitely a word. Contemporary new music, lots of sound art. I'm really interested in artists who like to experiment with sound, I suppose is the best way of putting it. So quite interested in including visual artists who are new to sound, weird and wild. I just like giving a platform to people to try things out. That's really important to me. And who have been some of your highlights from recent events? Nothing's that recent in the world of gigs, but from the last few years. This is such a question because we put gigs on really once a month, I was really trying to wrap my brains, but I suppose we put on Wolf Eyes a couple of years ago upstairs at the Golden Lion, and that was absolute smash. I don't know if you know that band from America. No, I don't. Sort of really heavy noise,
I don't want to say rock, but in that kind of vein, band. Absolutely brilliant. And who else we had? We've had Richard Dawson a couple of times.
Very good. We love Richard.
He played, he's just wonderful, isn't he? He played a gig at the Todmorden Unitarian for us, about 200 odd people. But he's also done a really small little gig for us as well, where we raised quite a lot of money for charity as well, so that was really nice. I was just trying to think as well. One of my favourite gigs actually was someone called Sarah Anglis, and she's a composer, and she created this kind of I called it like a micro opera. So that was really interesting to bring something like that to Todmorden, because Todmorden, of course, is like a really rural area. We're quite we're sort of slap bang between Manchester and Leeds, so it's a nightmare going out to town because the trains don't run that late. So that's actually
you've got some very special places in around that part of the world, though, haven't you? In Hebden Bridge and Todmorden, you're really spoilt for amazing venues. I mean, not loads of amazing venues, but the venues that you've got are literally legendary. Like the Golden Lion, we put an event on there 3 or 4 years ago with Festival 23, and it's the sort of, I'd never been there before, but I'd challenge anybody to go to that venue and not come away with it being one of the favorite places they've ever been. It's just like atmosphere wise, and Gig and Wacker who run it are just so ace.
They're beautiful. They've given us so many opportunities over the years as well. They're good people. Definitely.
Cool. So what have you got plans coming up? It's difficult for us to plan at the moment in the current circumstances. Have you got any tour bookings, any tour things happening in the offing?
I've actually booked a physical gig for November, believe it or not, bizarrely. Well, we thought we'd have a go anyway. We've booked it a couple of times before, we've had to push it back. But no, this Sunday actually we're doing our first, we're calling it Tour Tech. Digital gig via this network called Outlands.
Yes,
so anybody watching is interested in like DIY kind of underground music circuits in the UK should totally check out the Outlands network. And we're programming a band called Big Blood, who are in Portland in America, supported by Jake as well, because Jake Blanchard, he's been playing these amazing kind of like electronic and percussive experimental noise shows upstairs in our house, and he hasn't played a live gig yet, so I told him he's got to do this concert. I'm really excited about that. I've wanted to see Big Blood live for years, but this is the best we're ever gonna have, really, I think.
So that which leads us on to your video that we're going to show. So do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
This is from a gig that was on my birthday last year, actually. There's this record label called Feeding Tube, I put stuff out with sometimes as well, actually. They put on every Friday night, they put on a different artist from all over the world. It's been really global, which has been really interesting, actually. But this is one of the songs from that concert. The track's called Providence.
So this is Big Blood, though. This is the band that you're also putting on your live stream at the weekend.
You said it perfectly there, Laura. That's the way you promote gigs, isn't it?
Yes. Let's connect the dots. Up. Brilliant. So this was from a live streamed gig. It's a slightly different video quality to the other stuff that we're showing on the show. And when you first shared it with me, I was like, I don't know, but the music is just amazing. So let's take a look at the video.
Enjoy. Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Sophie. I thought I'd just find their voices really, really, I don't know, something special about blood harmonies, because it's a mother and daughter, isn't it, that's singing. Yeah, you just get some really special things happening when people are related and sing together.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
It.
I did very much so. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Low, but like a lo-fi version of Low. Sounds better if we say lo-fi version of Low rather than lo-fi Low, which didn't sound right at all.
Tribute band.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Anything on the chat, Aitch?
Just somebody asking what the name of that track was, which I don't know.
Called Providence.
Providence.
Yeah.
And it's on their album Do You Want to Have a Skeleton Dream? Is that right?
That's right. I'm going to do a cheeky. Can you put the link to our gig in the chat, Aitch?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. If you wouldn't
Sunday
mind.
night, come on, watch them.
Yeah, totally. And if people want to hear more Big Blood, obviously tune in on Sunday, but also there's the link to their Bandcamps in below the video, so you can find out a bit more about them there. Fabulous, thank you. So next up, we're going to talk to 3/9 of possibly the world's only art punk marching band, perhaps Contraption. So if everybody else could switch off their videos, that would be lovely. Smashing. So I've been saying the world's only 9-piece art punk marching band. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know of any other art punk marching bands out there? No. So if that, I mean, if that didn't make you unique, then certainly like the fact that you developed a piece of gig theatre about our place in the cosmos definitely sets you apart from any other potential 9-piece art punk marching bands out there. So Christo, do you want to tell us a little bit about Nearly Human? So this was the show that we were originally going to put on with our lovely Arts Council money. We were going to bring you up to Sheffield to perform your show in the Abbeydale Picture House. So for the benefit of people who didn't get a chance to watch it when you live streamed it a couple of weeks ago, do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, Nearly Human is a musical theatrical production that we built between 2017 and 2019 while we were residents at Snape Maltings in Suffolk. We had a kind of lovely long residency where we could come and go to this amazing musical campus in Suffolk and work on this thing. Yeah, it's a musical experience that's very inspired by the works of Carl Sagan and the fact that life is incredibly rare and kind of considering your place in the cosmos. And it's a very jubilant experience. We've been told that, which is good.
Yes.
Had a few tears.
I would definitely agree with that.
It's always nice when we get a crier in the show. Made someone cry.
Yes.
But yeah, we took it to Edinburgh Fringe at the Pleasance, and then we did a run at Vault Festival, and then we were going to be touring it, but obviously we couldn't. And there is an album on the way that is the album of the live experience.
Brilliant.
That's going to be coming out. Should be by August latest, so we're nearly done. But yeah.
Wonderful. So how do you guys write? I mean, with 9 of you, have you got somebody that just scores it all out and you all perform it, or like how does it work?
Mate, Jin, do you want to talk about that a bit?
Yeah, so I'd say about half of our stuff is definitely group collaboration. Especially when we were writing this show, we had a few sessions in Snape Maltings in Suffolk, which, yeah, we got to do some really lovely little group writing sessions, and we made these little games to kind of write stuff in pairs and see what we came up with. Yeah, and I'd say there probably are, there's a few people, so Christo, myself and Mickey, our trombonist, tend to write more songs slightly separately, and then we bring some ideas to the band and then we work on that. But generally a lot of it is quite sort of group sculpted, for sure. Structured.
Yeah, fantastic. So what are your hopes then once you've got, I mean, yeah, well, like all these, like, what are future plans? It's so hard to predict for people at the moment. So you've got the album of the show coming out, and there's the hope that then when the world returns to some semblance of normality, you'll be able to tour it again. Is that on the cards?
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, we'd love to perform it some more, but we're also working on another live theatrical experience as well, one that can be performed outdoors and distanced. And so there's another piece in the works. We definitely want to make more stuff that's kind of like a gig, but a bit different.
Yeah, fantastic. So we couldn't do our plan A, which was to bring you to Abbeydale Picture House. So then we came up with plan B, which you were all going to go to the studio. You were going to record us an exclusive live session, and that was going to happen in January and February 21. And then, coronavirus lockdown 3 or whatever it was. So plan B has also been temporarily rested. So we've got plan C today. So do you just want to tell us a little bit, Steph, about the videos that we're showing and how they came about, how you came about making those? Sorry, that was a terrible sentence. You made them for a specific purpose, didn't you? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. So we made them to perform for Tandem Festival, and I think that, you know, because of all of the emotions that went with lockdown and being a musician who basically could not play live with other people and couldn't socialize with our band members, there were a lot of different highs and lows. And I remember when the idea for us performing remotely and putting these videos came together, it felt like the first sort of special performance in a while. Personally, my last gig before COVID was with these guys when we performed at the Grand in Clapham for our live stream gig. So it really felt like we were saying, you know, we're still here, we're still performing, and you know, from various bits of feedback we've been given as a band, you know, people really seem to connect with what we do. As Christo was saying, you know, some people are, you know, cry at our shows, so that's like you know, the ultimate compliment. So the selection of videos that we have are really, I mean, they're all very different. I think they really highlight the strengths of each band member. I mean, I remember watching the video that Mickey made and just being like, I feel like I'm hanging out with Mickey right now, because his sense of humor comes through. And yeah, that's the benefit of being in this, you know, massive band, that we have so many different personalities and different influences that we ended up with so many different videos. And you know, there's one that I haven't even seen yet, so I'm super excited to watch it.
Well, yeah, I have to confess, when I got to see that for the first time today, I had a little cry too. So, you know, it still works even through the screen. Amazing. So what we're going to do then, we're going to show 3 of the videos, and then Aitch is going to have a little chat with you about how you've made them, and then introduce the following 3. And reminder for people who are watching, please put your questions and comments in the chat, and we'll pick them up at the end of having seen all the videos. So let's take a look at the first 3 videos. Thanks, guys.
The person you love is 72.8% water, and you happened to collide. Liquid longing to learn, and this tiny brief existence is all fragments of light, of happenstance and sky, and this whole place is pulsating with life, is pulsating with life, is pulsating with life, is pulsating with, is pulsating with life. How do you ponder the plentiful, fed by sunlight we tend to the soil, aspirating the moisture, the residue, navigate, oh. Born of sea liquid, born of sea liquid,
you to ripple the happenstance. Moon so helpful, she jostles, she stirs. Thank you for leaving the residue. Navigate, navigate, oh, sea liquid, liquid. Born of stone restless, born of sky joining, joining, born of star endless. You are liquid. You are liquid.
Except for hydrogen, all the atoms that make each of us elements are iron and oxide, calcium and oxide, except for hydrogen, all the atoms that make each of us elements are iron and oxide, calcium and oxide, they were born of water. The person you love is 72.8% water.
'cause heaven is right there. I'm stuck awoken, face turned down, like the bloodhound.
Hello, hello. This is Jin from perhaps Contraption here. Hope you're having a lovely festival day. I am playing a piece today that I wrote a couple years ago for perhaps Contraption for a show, Nearly Human, that we put on last year. Sadly, the song didn't make the cut. It's called Helium. It's about balloons rising into the sky. There's my...
Amazing, absolutely incredible stuff. So I'm just gonna ask a few questions about those videos and the making of all of them. Actually, they've all got very different personalities. Do you think that stems from the people involved? How did that come about? How did you create those individual different videos?
I think having a band with this many members in it, we all have different musical influences, and we all have different personalities as well. So I think we kind of wanted it to be humorous, but also sort of taking elements of our show, which in part is quite a serious show, and just put a bit of a different spin on it to entertain, really.
Definitely did that, and I think we have to note your fabulous outfits in your 72.8% video. Absolutely stunning, and even different earrings for each different scene. How did you actually create that?
Well, when because this was quite a random, almost last minute video, I remember Christo sending me a message being like, are you happy to edit this? And when I said yes, he said, does that mean there's going to be different outfits for like each voice? And so I couldn't really let anyone down after that, could I? So so my sort of take on dressing for being in this band is the more crazy patterns and stuff you can throw at it, I love, but really we try to keep to the mustard and plum kind of thing. So you kind of build up a wardrobe after a while.
And you were you listening to other pieces, other bits of you singing? So were you singing with yourself, or how were you doing that a cappella?
So Christo recorded his vocal and the guitar, and taking the harmonies that we have in the show, which I think there's about 5 or 6 of us singing those harmonies. I just sort of picked some of them out and layered those, and then had to mime to the video. So good fun all around. Bit
of a labour of love then, really.
Totally worth it, right?
It really was. And Jins, yours was equally complex. How did you do that?
The video?
And so many saxes.
Only 3 in that video, 2 tenors, a baritone and a soprano. So with that song, I wrote it, I wrote it a while ago, but then I kind of readapted it for our show that we did last year, and sadly I never got to get into the final cut. We already had lots of other lovely things in it, and there wasn't quite a place for it, but possibly for the future it'll be nice to do. But yeah, recording wise, it was just lots of headphone stuff.
I think that's oversimplifying it, to be honest. But it sounded absolutely beautiful, and somebody's actually said if that's an outtake, then they want to see the show. So and their Bloodhound as well. That was interesting. There was obviously planned in advance with all the bits coming in, and that tuba was just phenomenal. Was that one of the more complicated ones to put together?
Well, Mickey edited that, so he's a bit of a dab hand at video editing. Who's the person singing the song? But yeah, you might have noticed that the tuba at the start, Horace was doing multiphonics and singing through the instrument as well.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, he's a bit of a virtuoso. Well, no, he is a virtuoso, and he just expresses himself so well through his voice and the tuba. So it's good to hear.
So did you have to learn new skills to be able to put it all together, or is somebody a whiz? Is it Mickey that does all the editing and putting it together? Yeah, I bet he had a hell of a job.
He was working late last night finishing our new video as well. So Okay,
so tell us a little bit about that video. What to expect, I guess. Don't tell us about the whole thing, but how was that put together? Same sort of principle that you shared a load of videos and Mickey edited them all in.
Yeah, that's right. And the piece itself, actually, Jen should probably talk about it. It's because he arranged it.
Yeah. So it's actually a piece by the composer John Adams, American composer, Short Ride in a Fast Machine. If you haven't heard it, it's just a wonderful piece of music, really punchy, 4 minutes long. You know, it's wonderful. But so we arranged it for us. I remember years ago, Christo talking about how much he loved that song and how he wanted to do it. And I guess I took that up as a challenge. So yeah, we arranged it. We have put there's a lot of rhythms, and it's all very kind of post minimalism, a lot of kind of motifs and rhythms that get used a lot. So we made up a lot of words to remember those rhythms. Which are very influenced. We were in America, I think, just before that. And I mean, if I've got a tiny bit of time, some of the words would just be things like, in fact, Christo will mouth along as I say this. It's yummy, jambalaya. It's yummy, jambalaya. It's yummy, it's jambalaya. It's yummy, it's jambalaya. It's yummy, so yummy. It's yummy, I like to eat a lot. Short ride, and so on. It goes on. But this is how we memorize pretty much.
Genius, that is genius.
So we are all singing these ridiculous American words in our heads throughout the entire thing
to get the rhythm right.
Yeah, and then
so
videos at home, and then sent them in to Mickey, and he worked his magic.
Fantastic. Well, let's take a look at the other 3 videos.
Hi, my name's Catherine Ring. I'm the percussionist in Perhaps Contraption. And today I've done a silly little cover of one of our old songs, Lalo, on any instrument that I could find in my house. I apologise in advance that all of my instruments are non-tunable in the short term. So I hope the overall gist comes across. Anyway, enjoy. That's mine over and done with. The next one is Mickey. So over to you, Mickey.
Turn up, work out, turn up, work out, 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 out. One more rep, one more push, one more like for my push. Good out, feel good in, my angle hides my double chin. Ready for my straight line, for fire. Routine makeup, I made it up. My diamond rings, boyfriend, cat. I love that. Sit, my cat.
Woo!
Spectacular. Amazing. So, two other people on the call, Celestial, Broc, what did you make of that?
I thought it was all absolutely fabulous. Fabulous outfits, fabulous sounds. And I kept thinking about whale accents and how all the different kind of brass instruments have different accents. Like whales have different accents.
Oh, no.
And maybe the tuba is a blue whale and the French horn is like a minke whale. What's the cajon? I know that's not a brass instrument, but what is it?
Porpoise.
Okay, thank you.
Sophie, what did you make of it?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I just found it really refreshing to see a band for a change. It's been so long. So yeah, it's wonderful to hear such competent musicians playing together, you know.
Yeah, and you mentioned something about John Adams while we were chatting, while the videos were showing.
I tell everyone my secrets. Yeah, I used to work for a sixth form college, and they had a gym downstairs. I used to bang on John Adams and do a little workout after work.
John Adams workout music. Awesome.
Try it. Don't knock it till you try
it. Captain Jack, what do you reckon?
I loved it. I thought it was absolutely incredible. It was like traveling through a galaxy of sonic, like wonderment and bliss. It was gorgeous. And I thought they were all great, but I especially dig Lalo, because that was kind of like Augustus Pablo meets Vula Viel. It was really wonky and gorgeous. So they were all brilliant.
I did wonder if you guys would have been, if perhaps Contraption would have been worried about Catherine basically nicking all of your jobs, like the job she's done with playing that entire piece by herself. And the melodeon sounded so good when it first came in. I couldn't quite believe that like, is there a brass section? No, it's just that little tiny melodeon. Yeah, total respect to her for that bit. Aitch, over to you on chat. How's it going over there?
People are basically blown away. So much good feedback. Brilliant, clever, tight, fantastic, properly magical. Somebody says cloud spot in music and arts festival. So if that's plan C, can't wait to see A and B. Ridiculous talent. GT says, Jin, I could happily listen to a whole album of PC Rejects if they're all this good. Just a really, excellent response. I think everyone's loving it. You've made some friends.
Oh, amazing. So the exciting thing is that, like, perhaps Contraption's journey with Buds and Spawn is not over yet. So this was our plan C. We're still going to try. We're still going to try and do plan B and plan A, but definitely plan B. Christo, do you want to tell us a little bit, but maybe not too much, about what we're hoping to do for the next show?
Yeah, we're going to be filming in a very beautiful venue in London with a lot of space, and creating a bespoke sort of 20-minute performance that we're going to use this building a lot to influence how we do the performance. And yes, we're going to do a special live video for Buds and Spawn.
Yay, can't wait. So that'll be on our next show, which we'll get to that in a minute. That's going to be some point, hopefully April or May, obviously lockdown and restrictions and everything dependent. So yes, for those of you listening out there, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, go to the links below the video to find out where to buy some of perhaps Contraption's music. Pop a few quid in the tip jar. You can even buy yourself a Buds and Spawn t-shirt. I'm always wearing this, but you can never see it on the video. They're lovely and shiny. You can get those from our Bandcamp as well. So yes, the plan for the next show is for us to show the Plan B film from perhaps Contraption, but also our special guest will be the display team, who are also making us a lovely piece. They are a seriously high energy, high intensity, very melodically rich kind of ska punk prog, all sorts of things. 6-part vocals and loads of double kick drums. Honestly, they are just amazing. So that's going to be a really exciting show. And we're also going to have Sheffield artist Roche, who you might spot has been playing bass with the Cosmic Triceratops, but has a beautiful, beautiful folk project and he's hopefully going to be making a film for us, supported by Launchpad Music, who have been very kindly given us a little bit more money to help us make this last show. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you to perhaps Contraption, and a little round of applause. And a big round of applause for Captain Avery and the Cosmic Triceratops of Intergalactic Peace. Hey! Big thank you to Sophie Cooper from Tor Fest as our special guest. And a special thank you to our producer Tom behind the scenes, and also Canal, who's been doing all my social media whilst I've been stuck in the house with 3 children, lovely children who are all watching this right now. It's been a pleasure, but I've also been very grateful of the support. So thank you to them. And thank you to all you at home for watching. We're going to head off now. We're going to leave you with a video from the display team who we've got on next time. Like I said, date not sure yet, but if you sign up to our mailing list, the link is below, you will get the updates. So thanks everybody. We're going to wave goodbye now. Enjoy the display team. Bye.
Precipitating clever wordplay, hypothesizing our judgment day, causing output disarray. Tears through the week on videos, celebrity rips, new previews and peep shows. Notices of the real news, now on the jump, the real news. If you choose to peruse excuses posing at you, a mandatory intonation application. Only then can you pretend to understand. From the way to truth, shackles backed up by apocalyptic flexes. I'm with talk and my purely dramatic purposes. Embarrassingly fabricated, a population ill-placated, delighting in fear-mongering. But the purpose buff politely, a positive facade shown nightly. It's entertaining, but while they're writing up a novel, they're maintaining a body status quo. These are the headlines. This is the news. Acting out is crime. Fasten your news. This just no, we're not the real news now.
make a silly noise or just say something silly. But this time I wanted to say how much we really appreciate you being here with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.